Hotels are getting futuristic. A lot of hotels, when I stay at, now when you take a shower, they have half a glass. So it's open, so the water gets on the floor. Because that's the future. They want water on the floor. And I'm old and dumb. We really try to keep the water inside the tub. It was a pretty big deal. But now, they want the floors wet. That's what they want. They want to do no glass, but I'm still alive, so they're like, all right, do half a glass. Once that guy's gone, we'll do no glass, floors are wet, drains off the balcony. Oh, me and my buddy, we rented a car. He's driving. On the way out there, I see a dead horse just laid out in this guy's yard. And I've never seen that before. And I was like, man, I bet you don't think about that when you buy a horse, it dying. You know, what do? That's a huge thing, dying in your yard. You can't just shoot it off into the woods with your foot and try to get another one that matches before the kids come home. You have to tell your wife to keep the kids away for a month. You got to Google how to move a dead horse. You got to probably try to get another horse to help you do it. And that's not easy. That's what the blinders were invented for. Because it's like, just look ahead. Don't worry about what's going on back. No, look. You got to get your friends to help you do it. And you can't spill the beans too quick on that. You think it's hard for them to help you move a couch? Try a dead horse. You got to lie to them. Like, we're getting a divorce. Just come over. Bring your truck and some gloves. And when they get there, let me tell you, they're going to see it, all right? Everybody saw it. It was next to the road. And they're going to pull into that driveway and just be like, I don't think they're getting a divorce at all. I think we're here to move that dead horse is what I think. Let's let him bring it up, all right? Make him ask. But I'll be shocked if we don't touch that dead horse today. And if you ever have to move a dead horse, I've thought a lot about all this. You want to be the first one to the horse, all right? You don't want someone else to tell you where to grab a dead horse. So you run out there like you love it. Like you're like, this is what I hoped it was. And get to the hoofs in the front and be like, all right, I'm here. You guys decide where you guys want to be. A pizza party is my nightmare. I'll have friends over for pizza. I'll be like, all right, we got to order pizza. And she goes, how much? I go, order the most. I don't want to order pizza in front of my friends. And she goes, just call and ask them. I go, I can't call these 40-year-old dudes and just be like, how much pizza do you think you're going to eat tonight? They have a family. They work in a building right now. And you may just call them back, do you have big lunch today? Nah, I would try to save money, so I need to know exactly how much pizza you're going to eat in 8 hours. We take her out. We go do stuff. I would take her to Chuck E. Cheese all the time. You can go there. They had COVID in '84. So you can't even survive in there. That's what, Chuck E. Cheese is rough. I don't know if you've been there in a while. They look like they're trying to go to business and they can't. They filed bankruptcy and they're still open. They called Blockbuster and they're like, you get out. We want out. They're updating nothing. That Chuck can is just robotic. The drummer doesn't even turn on. It just sits like that the whole time. They sell booze to parents now. They just give them buckets of Bud Light. They're drunk in a booth at 9 a.m. And someone drives those kids home. I don't see a bunch of Ubers and Lyfts showing up. There was a Chuck E. Cheese that got caught. If people didn't eat all their pizza, they would just put it back out on the buffet. And that would shut down any normal business. And with Chuck E. Cheese, they have thrived. When I read the story, I was like, I thought that's what they were doing. I thought we agreed that that's fine. I didn't even know what the article was about. People always talk to me very easy too, or like if I talk to a stranger, I can always feel it. And I think it's my eyes. I have big eyes, you know? And so I just get a lot of like, you still with me, man? And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I mean, I'm listening. He goes, all right, I don't feel like you could have been anywhere, you know? I got a reversible jacket at home and I have them because I didn't know it was reversible. Bought them at the same time. Tried them both on separately. Like the black one, thought might as well get one too. Went and laid them up there, and I remember they go, "Are you sure?" I go, "Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing here, right?" Like we have one dog. I would like another dog. My wife does not want another dog because it's a lot. It's a lot to have two dogs because you got to open the back door and let two dogs out. Then you shut it. And now they're out there. You're inside, not dealing with it. But then they want to come back and you're like, gotta go let all these dogs back in. You're like, one dog, two, look at all these dogs everywhere. Look, to be honest, I've never taken care of the one dog we have, but two would be fun. Our dog sleeps in our bed, and someone told me you're not supposed to do that because you lose dominance over the dog. And I asked him, I said, what year do you think it is? These are all doodles. They're barely dogs. It's a person. They're people. This guy acts like it's 1980 when you kept the dog outside all year. Those you needed dominance over. You had a wolf in the backyard. Friends come over. You want to go outside? I wouldn't. I had jet lag there. I did not mind it because I woke up early. I woke up at 5:45 a.m. and I don't ever wake up that early. So I was like first in line at the breakfast buffet. Here's what I will tell you. When you get up at 5:45 a.m., noon is pretty far away. I mean, you'll bet your life it's noon and it's maybe 8:30. By 6 p.m., it's like, how are people out? Why won't the sun go down? That's the next phase of my life. I'm getting up early, you know. We're getting up 9:15, a little bit. Yeah, I've never seen my daughter go to school, but I've been close. It's great having it. I've been married for 7 years, and so now we just have a 1-year-old daughter. So it's getting pretty serious, and this is way over the edge. We were living in New York when my daughter was to be born, but I'm from Tennessee, so we flew home, and my daughter was born in Tennessee. I didn't want her to be born in New York. Like, I don't need her growing up thinking she's baby. So I was like, you start where we start, all right? That. It was wild. Does anybody have kids here? Or a couple? One? The rest is like when this city dies. All right. Yeah. It's wild. I remember on the way to the hospital, I told my wife, I was like, look, I don't want to see anything, all right? It's going to be gross. I wish it was like the 50s when they didn't even let men in the hospital. But it's not. Now, do you want to deliver the baby? We'll do most of it. They just pull the baby out, and then they just tell you, they're here, cut the umbilical cord. They just tell you to do it real fast. I didn't take a class. They just act like I'm the guy that cuts umbilical cords at the hospital. I almost cut the wrong part, and they were like, that's not. I was like, oh, maybe, you did go to doctor school for this. I'm doing minor surgery right now. Then they just hand you your baby, and they're like, all right, we'll see ya. And that's when you're like, I'd really like your help now. Like, I need you to live with me or something like that. The first question I asked, they should have probably kept, like, I was like, how much do you feed it? That'd be a lot. I was buying a hamster at a pet store. The big thing they tell you, the thing they say, they're really big on, like, they're like, whatever you do, let's just try not to shake this baby. That's like the #1 goal. And they tell it to you, like, they're almost like, obviously, you're going to want to shake baby. But it would be so awesome if you just did not shake this baby. That would be... And then they see a video of a guy that's like, here's what I do instead of my baby. Like I take walks, for instance. You know, I walk 70 miles or something. I walk a lot. Then I signed a certificate like I was in kindergarten that said, all right, I promise, I swear to God, I won't shake the baby. Asking me about this. I've never heard the word shake so much in my entire life. That's all it's about. And the first night home, she was like, you know, you're like delirious, you're just confused and tired, and like, you're trying for like 6 hours. And I was like sitting there, I was like, wait, are we supposed to shake this baby? Like, when we do it, this seems like when you would do it. But we didn't shake her, so cool. We have rocked aggressively, but she had to go. We went to the doctor to get, like, when she was 9 months old, you have to do like a 9-month-old checkup. So we go to the doctor, and she has to get a shot. And it's like the worst when babies get shots because they don't know what's going on. Like, she's just looking it up and like, this day's going unbelievable. Like, what could go wrong? You know, what could go wrong? Why would anything go wrong? And then you're looking at her like it's about to go wrong. You don't even sort of think how wrong it's going to be. So she gets the shot. So we go to her, you know, because we're going to hold her and console her. But she doesn't. She's just fine with the shot. And like, we're just sitting there, like, the doctor's surprised. Like, my wife's like, I was like, maybe we should also see if she's going to be a when they get a shot. Maybe that's what we should look into. That if you nervous, I would cry if you gave me a shot. Pretty fine with pain at 9 months old. Like, in 20 years, I'm either going to be telling her, like, look, we love you so much, and we're happy that you've accomplished everything. Or I will be on the news going, we love it, but you need to turn yourself in right now. Just do the right. Up or down anymore. It's a true flip of the coin. I don't know what's happening. I've zipped up my whole life. And now, just head, I'm like, all right, I'll see you boys later. And just head out. Take my pants off and they come off easy. I'm like, oh, that was 4 hours I was walking around like. I live in Nashville, and I travel a lot of hotels. Every hotel I go in, I ask if they have a gym. Like, I'm like, you guys got a gym? I don't even have clothes to work out in. And it's just because other people are standing there, so I like to ask. I don't work out. I don't know if I have to say it. I'm lazy. That's I realized I was watching a football game once, and I'm sitting on my couch, and I was going to get something to drink out of the refrigerator. And right when I get up to go get something to drink, one team kicked off to the other team. Before I could get back, the guy ran a 100-yard kickoff return, and I missed it. That guy ran 100 yards before I could get 3 to maybe 4 yards. He also had 11 people really trying not to let him run 100 yards. I don't even have an ottoman. It was wide open. Couldn't make it. I did play sports growing up, though. I tried to play basketball for my school, but I got cut every year. So I had to play for my church, because the church cannot cut you. They have to let you play. Or maybe cut you, I don't know. You'd be pretty bad if they're like, look, we think you're good, but Jesus does not think you're that good. And he is our captain. I played baseball too. When I was 13, I was playing baseball. And one time I was up to bat and I get walked. So I take my base. I get to first base, I turned around, and the catcher was still standing there, and he was holding the ball. He's like staring at me. Like he was like daring me to run. Like he was like, go, I bet you can't make it. And I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna go. So I just ran. When I ran, he threw it to second base. Ball goes in the outfield. So then I run to third base. The outfield grabs the ball. They overthrow third base. My third base telling me to go home. This is about to be an inside the park home run off a walk. I'm gonna be on SportsCenter. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened in baseball. I slide, there's a play at the plate, and that's when the umpire tells us that it was only ball 3. I swear. It's a true story. So, we all have to get up. I'm like dirty for no reason. I gotta go get my bat right where I left it. I gotta just drag. I gotta bat again. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, immediately out. I'm exhausted and over baseball. And I just looked at the ump and he was like, you can go now. I learned though that day, I learned that if you're confident, you can get away with quite a bit. Because no one tried to stop me, and they should have, you know? They knew I wasn't supposed to go. That's why the catcher was holding the ball, because he was like, I don't supposed to be going yet, right? And then I just ran to second. He's like, I'm wrong. No one's that dumb, you know? And then he just launched to the outfield, who's barely paying attention. They think it's a hit, and the umpire figures it out. It's just easier to let me get all the way back to him, you know? Let me feel what it would feel like. You know what's great too? No one ever told the parents. They never explained it. They were cheering. It's a pretty exciting play to watch. And then they just see me slide into home and then just stand up and bat again. They just are like, is that just a rule in baseball? I don't even know. We were, me and my wife were in Nashville last summer, and we went out on the lake with some of our friends, and we were floating in the water, and there was a guy in a boat, like right next to us, and my wife was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend in that boat. I didn't know who he was. She didn't have to say anything at all. She was just basically like, are you having fun? Because I would like to put a stop to that and make you stare at this guy the rest of the day. So I'm staring at him, and then I look at her, and she's staring at him. I feel like she's staring at him to see what her life would be like if she didn't marry me. So I started staring at him because I was like, I'm gonna see what my life would be like if I didn't marry her, you know? We were both putting so much pressure on this guy, and we have a daughter. We have a 3-year-old daughter, and we took her to Disney World, and I made the mistake of like telling my friends. They were just like, I don't know why you're taking her, you know, just wasting money. She's not gonna remember it, and like it's exciting. Like she believes in Minnie Mouse. Like it's fun to see her get excited. Like, what should I do? Should I just learn a closet and be like, do you remember yesterday? No? Well, until you start remembering things, I'm not going to waste any of my money on you, you know? I love here in Montreal. I've been here a few times. Last time I was here, had a bit of a too much of a good time. Is that how you should say it? I was staying here at the hotel, super drunk, and locked myself out of my hotel room completely naked. And I remember getting all the way out, and then I hear the door shut, which is the most noise I've ever heard in my entire life. So I'm standing there, I'm like, what are you gonna do? And I was like on the 7th floor, and I was like, oh, there's no dome. I'll just jump out of that, you know? That's easier than talking to my wife about this. And I looked to the left, and there was a cleaning lady, and she's just staring at me. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And you know why she's there? Because it's like 11 a.m. That's why she's there. That's how far in the day it was. And I looked at her just like, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, this happens to the best of us, right? And she was like, it's never happened before. And I don't even have, I don't have like a body either that's like, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Like I did her a favor. I was like, come on, it's your lucky day, all right? Take it in. I do nothing to try to lose weight. I'm just kind of riding it out, seeing here's where we're at right now. What I've started doing, though, is I tell people I weigh 300 pounds because, yeah, a pretty dumb guy. Just, I don't think it's pretty obvious. And it's, I think I've thought about like time travel. Like if I went back in time, knowing everything I know now, I don't think I would make a difference. I don't think you would even hear about it. If I went back to the 20s and I like saw some guy on like an old phone, I'd be like, hey, eventually they have phones you just carry in your pocket. And he'd be like, yeah, how do they do it? It's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know doing it. It's like a satellite or something. And they'd be like, what's a satellite? Well, I shouldn't have even brought that up then. It's like a round metal dish or something. Like that's got to go pretty high in the air. I honestly don't think I could prove I'm from the future. I mean, they would want some proof, you know? Who's the next president? Oh, boy.
Last time you said you're going to cut down on sugar and you're going to get into health. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You look
it's gotten better. I still have just meltdowns where I'll still go to McDonald's, went to a McDonald's, and I had to open my door one time because my window wasn't broke. That was pretty sad. That's sad for me and them. It's like me and the McDonald's worker are all just like, what are we doing with their life? Like, they shouldn't see your whole body in a drive-through window. They shouldn't, like, you just have to open it and you're like, and you just take all the food, and they see your shoes, and you're like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
You're like, I don't know, dude, I should have just not done it. The one day my window goes down every day on earth of my life. And the one day it doesn't, I'm like, well, I'll probably do a drive-through that day. And
you're glutton for punishment, man. That's terrible.
It's brutal.
That's terrible.
But I have better. I'm 43. 43, you still think you're young. You know, like I'll hang out like a 23-year-old and I'm like, you get it, dude? We're just a couple young dudes kicking it. And some guy will be like, I'm 45. I'm like, beat it, old man. I can't believe that guy had the nerve to hang out. You know, let's go sit down a little bit. I went and got a physical, and after your 40s, I'll tell you, before 40, you go through like a drive-through window. It's like they're just like, you move your neck and they're like, come on, man, you're wasting everybody's time, all right? Go live a life. And then you pass 40 and the doctor's like, you mind shutting that door behind you? You know, he's like, I'd lock it. We're about to get after it. And it was the first time I've ever been talked to old. And so it was just me and him. And he goes, do you pee a lot at night? And I was like, did my dad just walk in the room? Like, how old? You know, I've never peed at night in my life. I was like, how about pee till the sun goes down? But I did. I was like, but, you know, just so I know, what is a lot? What is a big amount? And I'll tell you what, he's ruined me. I only pee at night now. I would love to pee during the day. My body's like, today, we'll get it out tonight, don't worry. Our daughter in 3rd grade, and for 1st grade, she started taking the bus. And it was the first time she ever took the bus. So if you know as a parent, you walk a stop, it's very fun. And so we got her on the bus. She went to school. At the end of the school day, someone from the school called my cell phone. They have my cell phone, they have my cell phone. They called my cell phone, and she said, hey, do you know what bus number your daughter's supposed to be on? And I said, I'm her dad. As in, are you crazy? Like, I was like, this is how you thought you would get this information, was to call the dad? You saw a mom and dad's cell phone. You go, I bet the dad knows. I was like, do you have parents? Have you ever seen a family before? You thought, let's call the husband? Unless there's 2 husbands, you should never call a husband a day in your life. I would rather you ask a lady that doesn't. I think she could get to the bottom of it quicker than I can. I had to go get her. I go, all right, I'll come get her. Tell me the name of the school and I'll come get her. Where does she go? I've been doing these drive-in shows, these movie theater shows, and my buddy Nick Novicki's been with me, and Nick's a little person, very fun. We started a comedy together. It's very fun to be friends with. He very easy to trick. We were once at a coffee shop, and I was sitting near us with a big husky dog, and Nick just goes, hey, you think that's a wolf? And I just said, yeah, I do think it's a wolf. They just passed a law that if you can catch a wolf, you can have it as a pet. And he goes, should I go ask him about it? I was like, I mean, absolutely. You know, I mean, he wants to talk about it. That's why he brought that wolf out here. And I watched him walk over to him and just go, excuse me, is that a wolf? And the guy, I mean, he didn't really know how to answer it. He said, what? I mean, you think I brought a wild wolf to this coffee shop? And the wolf's just being cool about it? It's not losing its mind right now? We recycle, you know, and we recycle because of my wife. It's her, she gets all the credit for that. I would never recycle if I was by I don't do it if she's not looking at me. So I would never do it if I was alone. I looked up a list of like, all right, like what are you supposed to do for global warming as an individual? And it was a big long list. But the first thing on the list was my favorite. It just said, just talk to your friends and family about it. Think about your friends and family. Like not the ones that are the good ones close. Think about how far out it goes. Just when you guys get together, like, do you mind if we talk about global warming for a little? I just thought this would be a good time to get into it. I had a great aunt and uncle fist fight each other at a wedding. Let me get in the middle of that. Any chance this fight was about global warming? Because I just would love to get that conversation rolling, you know? I get it. It's supposed to, for our kids and their kids, and we want to make sure they have a good earth and their environment and stuff. We don't have a bad earth. And we don't want them to be mad at us and yell at us. But I don't think they will, because I don't think we get mad. I don't ever see litter on the ground and call my grandmother and be like, where do you get off? You know? I don't know how you show your face anymore, all right? It's cloudy today. Is that because you smoked on planes? Probably. Why'd you have to smoke that high? Where do you think that smoke was going? We did stuff as a kid. I did Earth Day as a kid. I think they still do Earth Day. And we did it. I'm from Old Hickory, and we were a plant, like DuPont plant we were a plant town. So they had a plant, and we went and planted trees in front of the DuPont plant. And there was just black smoke coming out of this, like, and we're just in front of it like, this is for Earth. And if you can't even see us, it's so dark. And we're just like, this is for the Earth of stuff, and we're gonna breathe better. And you're like, I don't know if that's the problem. I'm cold now, too, that I'm old. 45, I just get cold. I always have to bring a jacket. It could be 135 degrees outside, and I will walk around with a jacket. And I see these young people, and I just think, where are your jackets? My body's falling apart. My shoulder hurts because I stand on stage like this. It's crazy. This was a huge mistake to get into this. If I had known that this would be a big problem, I would have probably tried to not make it a habit. My body can't handle this. And I went to the doctor to try to fix it, and they talked to me like I was an old car. He just goes, I wouldn't put any more money into it, to be honest. Very exciting. It's crazy. Look, if you're at home, I'm as shocked as you are that I'm here. So, it's, you know, I've come to this building for a long time, and so it's unreal to be here at this Saturday Night Live, which is crazy. It's all right there. My name is Bargatze. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from the 1900s. And, I just think you got to say it. Like, the world is so future now, and I feel in the way of it. Hotels are futuristic. Like, you go, like, you take a shower, the shower's enclosed, but now a lot of hotels have half a glass, and water gets on the floor, and that's the future. That's what the future. That's what they want, and you know. I would like a whole glass. They do half a glass because I'm still alive, so they're like, they don't want to hear me going, like, where's the glass at? So they do half a glass, and then the future, the floors are always wet. Every floor. I mean, I think I'm 44. My daughter's 11. When she's my age, it will be 2057. I don't even believe that's a real year. My movies didn't go that high in fake years. How am I going to talk to someone from 2057? I have more in common with a pilgrim. I saw too much old-timey stuff. I'm pre-internet. I mean, we go to a county fair, Wilson County Fair, and this is in Tennessee, if you're wondering. And we would go there. Fairs, I don't know how they're still open, but I don't think the government knows about them. I don't know. We ride these rides that were on the interstate an hour ago. So my dad is a magician, if you don't know, and we would go watch him perform. This is the 80s. So we'd go watch him. My dad's doing magic. Right next to him, they had donkeys jumping off a high dive into a pool. So pretty tough to keep people's attention when my dad is like, "Is this your card?" And everybody's like, "Hold on, this donkey's about to jump off this high dive." That's something you don't think you want to see until it's up there. And I use the word jump very loosely. Yeah, these donkeys are falling off this high dive, but can't put that on the sign, you know? You gonna watch a donkey fall off a high dive? You're like, no. What if he jumped? Well, at least he's into it. Just so you know, PETA shut that down. And, yeah. And that was one everybody was like, we get that one. There's another one PETA had to shut down. So this is also in the 80s. Pre-internet. You could fight an orangutan. You could fist fight an orangutan. This was offered. We didn't have a lot going on. This is what we had to do. And so orangutan would be in a boxing ring with boxing gloves on, and it would stand like this. And then a guy would pay $5. It wasn't for free. You would pay, and then he'd go in there, and this orangutan would just knock this dude out. Because we didn't have the internet to look up how strong's an orangutan. So, yeah, it was, you know, it was all word of mouth back then. You had to meet a guy that just fought an orangutan. And you're like, are they strong? You're like, yeah, dude. Like, but the arms are skinny. I know. That's what I thought as well. That strength comes from somewhere. Look, if you think I'm old, there's people older than me still around. Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy. Walking around. People from the 30s. My great Aunt Helen, from the 30s, she's deaf. They didn't know she was deaf until she was 9 years old. That's how long it took them to figure it. Deaf, one of the easier ones to figure out. And the doctors were baffled as they smoked in her face. And they're like, I don't know, you know. She's rude, I'll tell you that. My parents are getting older. So my mom, we had her go pick up our daughter recently at a friend's house, and I texted her the address. She drove to the wrong house. So she knocked on the door, another grandmother answered. Well, this is not good. This is like two dogs seeing each other through a fence. They're going to be there for a while, you know? So my mom, she knocks on the door. The grandmother, my mom goes, is my granddaughter in there? And that lady goes, I have 3 grandsons, so no solution. Just 2 grandmothers, do you have stuff? I have stuff too. They talked for 30 minutes. It's a wrong door. I had to go get my daughter, then find my mom. My dad, too. My dad has surgery 8 times a year, probably. And he loves it. He loves it. He had surgery because he was addicted to Afrin, the nose spray. Look, I've been addicted to Afrin, the nose spray. If you don't know what it is, I would honestly tell you not to get involved. It's one of the best things I've ever been part of. Solves everything immediately. When I was on it too, my wife she'd be like, "What's that?" No, she hear one puff. "What's that?" I go, "Hey, go live like this. I ain't worked this hard not to do effort in my own home." So, my dad goes to the doctor, and they were like, "Do you use Afrin?" And he goes, "No." And the doctor was like, "I can see that you use it. I was just saying that." He goes, "How long have you been using it?" My dad said 5 years, which is a lie. But my mom was there, and she goes, "How about 45 years?" That's how long he's used it. 45 years. The back of the box says no more than 3 days. There's not a medicine on earth that tells you to give it a good 45-year run. That's why I get nervous as I get older, because I am already not smart, and I'm in my prime right now. I don't read any books. I don't do it, and I think that matters. I do think that matters. Reading, I believe, is the key to smart. That's what I've always said, and I don't do it because every book is just the most words. It doesn't let up. I mean, every page is more work. It's like, what are you talking about there? Put some blank pages in there. Let me get my head above water for 2 seconds. I did. Thank you. It's been a reading joke. I want to learn more about history because I don't know anything, and so I'm trying to figure it out. I can tell I don't know anything about history because every history movie I watch on the edge of my seat. What is going to happen? I don't know. I watched the movie Pearl Harbor, and I was as surprised as they were. Just crazy. All right, we've got a great show for you tonight. Another one, Pete, I had to shut down. This was, again, like the 1980s. I was alive. You could fight an orangutan at a fair. They would have an orangutan just sitting in a boxing ring, and guys would pay to fight it. And I say guys because I just can't imagine one woman ever fought this orangutan. I think you could put an orangutan in a room with 1,000 women, and when they walked out, they're like, "Did anybody fight it?" But it never crossed their mind to fight it. I do 1 hour and just 0 laughs. I mean, nothing. And I'm not doing new jokes. I'm doing the greatest hits. I told Coffee with Milk story 3 times. I kept just doing it. I was like, I'm going to do it one more time. I don't think y'all were listening. People were leaving. The guy that drove me asked someone that left, and he just goes, "Hey, is the comedy show almost over?" And the guy goes, "I don't even know what you're talking about." There's a guy giving a speech up there right now, so maybe after that. So we get, and then the guy comes up, I have to talk to him. And I was like, "Look, I'm sorry, man. I used to be able to do comedy, and I lost it. It's over." And he was very nice. He goes, "No, it's all right. Nothing's your fault." And I was like, "All right, I don't know how that's possible." And he goes, "Well, when you were up there, I remembered that most of my employees do not speak English." And I was like, "All right, yeah, they'll do it, Maybe don't hire an English-only speaking comedian." No heads up at all. Not that I could have changed it up, but it just would have been nice to know, I think it's because I'm peeing so much longer, and I'm not used to this new old rhythm yet. Because in your 40s, there's a lot of false stops. You learn pretty quick to be like, let's hang back, let's let traffic thin out a little bit. I watch young people come and go. I'm like, tell my family I'm okay. And to make fun of my generation, just so it doesn't seem like I'm trying to skip over, another hotel I was at, another syrup incident, actually. I mean, I'm a big fan of waffles, so syrup, I'm around syrup quite a bit. And at a Holiday Inn Express, so the breakfast buffet there is where they have the cereal where you turn the knob and like 4 pieces fall out. It's like how you feed a cat for a long weekend, you know? That's enough. They had batter and syrup. And so you pour they had the waffle iron where you make it yourself. So you pour the batter on the waffle iron, you shut it, you turn it over, it locks, it cooks minutes, you turn it over, you open it, half the waffle comes off, half stays forever. That's how you eat a waffle. So I'm with my buddy of mine that's my age. So we go through, not really talking or anything, just going through. He gets to it. It's batter and syrup. They're in containers. They're not labeled, but they're in clear containers. He gets the syrup and starts pouring it on the waffle iron. And I'm not even stopping him because he's not doing it where he's going, I've never done that. He's doing it where we're probably going to try it after. I mean, he's just like, we're like, dude, I can't wait to see what this guy's making. Like, he might know something that I don't know. He shuts it, turns it over, it cooks. He's like looking at us. We're like, I mean, the whole line's like, hey, what is that going to be? And it makes black smoke is what it makes. Just, I mean, dark black smoke. Just starts filling the lobby. The manager comes over. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I guess I poured the wrong one. These are not labeled. And the guy's like, they're in clear containers. Do you not know the difference of batter and syrup? And he's like, I bet it happens all the time. He goes, I've worked here my whole life and I've never seen this. So they threw the waffle iron. They just throw it away. That's what they have to do. Just throw it away. It's over. And now there's no waffle. I mean, we went from all about to get a waffle to it's upside down in a trash can. And then he just turns and looks, and it's just a line of people, that little foam plate. And just everybody's sad. I just hear someone in the back go like, I set my alarm for this. I mean, 2 guys didn't have shoes on. They go, I ran down with no shoes in that elevator. I thought I was going to miss it. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is, yes, the draft is in Nashville. It's very exciting. I like it from here. If that matters. All right. I'm a big football fan, and I've realized how lazy I am by watching football. I was watching a game, and one team kicked off to the other team. Right, I got up to go get something to drink, and right when I got up, one team kicked off to the other team. And before I could get back, the guy ran a 100-yard kickoff return, and I missed it. So that guy ran 100 yards before I could get 3 to maybe 4 yards. He also had 11 people really trying not to let him run 100 yards. I didn't even have an ottoman. It was wide open. I need to get in better shape. I should do something. You know, you got to do something. But I realized recently I like to golf, and I would go golfing on the road. And one time I was golfing, and I was hot, and I was in the parking lot, and I wanted to change shirts before I got in my car. So I'm standing at the trunk of my car, and I take my shirt off. I have no shirt on. This old man walks up to me and goes, Olivia? He was looking for his elderly wife and saw me with no shirt on at a car that he does not recognize. None of this is enough to not make him say it. He was like, Olivia? I covered up, and I was like, what's that? And he was like, all right, honest mistake. I was like, God, that hurts worse than saying Olivia. I don't know who he offended more, me or Olivia. I think we could both have a word with him. I'd love to meet her, though. I'll tell you that. I'd love to see her and be like, all right, I get it. You know, like that was an honest mistake. I do travel a lot. If I fly Delta, if I buy a ticket through Delta's system, my name in their system is Nathan, and on my license, my name is Nathaniel. I do not remember making this decision. But it's a big deal. You can't just change it. I've tried. I've asked Delta, and they were like, we can't. And you're like, all right, I don't know where we go from here. You know, if you can't do, who can do it? Do you call a senator? Is that what senators do? Don't know. How high do I have to go? What do you have to do? You have to mail your birth certificate in. Some moms give their kids their birth certificates. I've never seen mine. I thought I was the proof of my birth. And you got to mail it in. I'm not a big mailing in guy. I've mailed maybe 4 letters my entire life. Stamps make me nervous, you know. How many do you put on there? I don't know. And they change the price of stamps, and that's not in the news. You don't find that out on Twitter. You have to find out from old people. They're the only people that know. Yeah, they'll tell you. They're like, stamps went up. You're like, okay. And they're furious. You're like, is it $100 a stamp? I've never seen you that mad. So I will never go through this process to get my name changed, so I just deal with it. And it gets brought up. I was checking a bag once, and the guy behind the counter sees my ticket, says Nathan. The license says Nathaniel. And he was like, oof, this is not good. He's like, these names don't match. And I was like, but they match, right? I mean, you can see the leap that we took to get from one to the other. And he was like, but they're not the same. I was like, they're the same. And I mean, at this point, I was like, if this guy finds out people call me Nate, he's going to lose his mind. Like, he's going to call the police to be like, there's a guy with 3 names trying to fight. Like, if you guys want to shoot him or something. So I was like, what do you want me to do? And he goes, you should go home. That was his honest. He's like, I mean, I can't believe you've made it this far. I said, let me try it. Shouldn't I just try it? You know, I was like, look, I'll give you that those names don't match. But what I think is going to help a ton is the picture on the ID. I mean, I think with 100% face, 70% of the name, that's 170%. I think I'll get through. And he was like, look, I get it, all right? He was trying to relate to me. And this is honestly what he said. He was like, my name's Joseph. That's what's on my license. But if I buy a ticket under my nickname Bart, they're not going to let me through. Those are 2 different names. I was like, don't act like we're the same. I am married as well. And it's fine, you know, you just do it. That's what my wife said. So just get through it. This is what marriage is like, you know, just one person talking and the other's like, I'm gonna get out of here. My wife always tells me that I don't like the way she talks. And it's not the sound of her voice. I like her voice. I think that'd be a big problem if I was like, it's your voice. I just hate it, you know? To go to couples therapy and be like, can you hear it right? Like, it's not fun. It's the information that she chooses to tell me at times. For instance, we took a trip to Fort Lauderdale, and her and our daughter are flying from here, Nashville, where we're from. And I was flying from Detroit. We're meeting at Fort Lauderdale's airport. I have to take them when they land. So I called her because I was about to take off, and I was like, all right, what time do you guys leave? And she goes, noon. And it's 11:30, and they're still at home. I was like, Laura, I don't know if you even know what an airport is. But if that plane was in our driveway, I don't think you could make it. And she goes, that's what time we leave for the air flight's not till 1:30. And I was like, okay, all right. So what do you think I wanted to know when I asked that? Is that what you thought the best information you could give me was a time that means nothing to nobody? What time did you go to bed last night? Just tell me that, and I'll just look up all the planes that land in Florida, and I'll guess which one I think you're on. She was like, I'm sorry I don't talk the way you want me to talk. I'm like, I want you to talk like a regular person, all right? I don't know if... We didn't talk in Florida, I'll tell you that. All right, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. Well, even though I make fun of Common Core, I have learned stuff from elementary homework, which is embarrassing. I'm 41, my daughter's 8. Nothing should ever come out of her mouth that I'm like, what? What was that? When to use a or an in a sentence. I mean, I didn't know that there was a rule in play. I thought you felt it out, you know? You just go, that feels right, and that's what you do. I do the same thing with a comma. I never known where a comma's supposed to go. I feel a comma's coming, I try to get out of that sentence so bad. I mean, and if I can, I just put a comma and see if someone says something, you know? If they're like, is that a comma? I'm like, isn't my comma button has been sticking on my phone. I'm married, I'm still married, and thanks, yeah. I like to say it, you know, like I'm at the same job, just like, yeah, no, still work there. Yeah, right out of high school, only job I applied for. My wife will tell me that she always says that I don't like the way she talks, and it's not her voice. I like the sound of her voice. That'd be a big problem, I think, if it was like, it's your voice. I just hate it. Just to go to couples therapy and be like, can you hear it right? Like, it's not, you know, it's not fun. It's the information that she chooses to tell me at times. Once, at a restaurant, that a stranger walked up and goes, that's a lot of ketchup. Do you know how much ketchup you gotta use? That guy doesn't want to get involved, you know? But he sees it. His wife's like, let it go. He's like, I think I gotta say something. I don't think he knows that no one's using that much ketchup. Silver War, that's how I say it. Instead of civil, I go Silver War. Because, you know, look, that might be on me, all right? I'm not... I tell you, I don't even know anything about the Silver War. I travel a lot, and you know, it's not easy when you travel a lot. When you fly a bunch, you just think you're going to die a bunch. I fly all the time. I was going through security recently, and this lady in front of me told the TSA agent that she was nervous about standing in like the X-ray machine, and then the TSA agent goes, "Well, it's a lot safer than that plane you're about to get on." All right, like what plane is she about to get on? Do you know something about that plane? Like, why would you say that? Have you ever, like, got on a flight and just looked at everybody already on it? It just looks like a group that would go down in a plane crash, like, for some reason. You're like, I feel like I've seen y'all before. I had a pilot tell us right before we take off that he was retiring and this was his last flight. You're like, just say that when we land, dude. We'll be the same people, you know? Like, why are you putting this much pressure on this flight? He's basically just like, either way, this is my last flight. So I don't even like to change flights because I'm afraid I would change into one that goes down. And that would be so frustrating. Just to, everybody's crying and you're like, you think you guys are upset? I paid $200 extra to get on this flight. Like, you guys are lucky. I was going through a small airport like recently, and like so they just had like the metal detector, and so we go through, and a guy in front of me, it beeps, and then they asked him, they're like, hey, do you think, they're like, do you have anything metal on you? And he was like, my keys. He's like, do you think that would do it? And it was like, I think that would be the #1 answer on Family Feud of what would set a metal detector off. Keys? We thought he was going to be like his knee or something. He's like, keys, do you think? You're like, let's just try it without it and see what happens. When you're married, fighting is open 24 hours. Anytime. We got in a fight recently at 3 a.m. We woke up to get in this fight. And we live in Nashville, and we have a dog that freaks out when it thunders. So it was like thundering. So we have sedatives to give her because there's only so many times you can tell a dog it's just thunder before you're like, just take this. Hope this works. I'm not going to hold you through it, you know. So I wake up, and I had asked my wife, I was like, hey, where are the sedatives at? And she was like, they're at the top of the cabinet. So I go get them. When I get them, I looked at the bottle, and the bottle said they were expired. So I had to like wake her back up. And I was like, hey, these say they're expired. And she was like annoyed. She was like, they're not expired. Those are new pills in an old pill bottle. And I was like, all right, you know, I should have thought of that. That's my fault. People come to our house all the time and they get milk and they're like, is this milk expired? And I have to go, that's new milk in an old milk jug. Are you the stupidest person I've ever met in my life? How could you not figure that out? That's basically what I told her. It wasn't as fun as that, you know, but that was the gist. And instead of just saying, you're right, that's a logical statement, she dives all in and tells me it doesn't matter because dog medicine can't even expire, which she's never even heard a rumor about that. She doesn't know that. We don't know any dog medicine people. I know who she knows, and we don't know one dog medicine maker that's like texting her like, let me tell you a little secret about dog medicine. We've invented medicine that can't expire. Very excited to be back to Saturday Night Live. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm from Nashville, went to, look at us. Yeah, we had a big day today. I went to community college, and it's a big deal. There's community college, a lot of people do not know this, but community college is college when they're like, you're probably staying in your community. So we're going to show you the ropes around town. Kind of give you just a lay of the land. I took all remedial classes. I was there 1 year, 0 credits. I was there the whole time. It's not good. I took speech as a class in college. I drove there with my friends. They were going to real classes. And they'd go to like business math or something. I don't even know what a class is called. Because I was like, I'm going to speech. I think I'm a different part of the campus. We stay in the same room and our teachers rotate. How about you guys? I still say a lot of words wrong too. That's what I don't understand. Like with speech, like help me out. I say the word oil, like oil. I don't even know how to, O-I-L, oil, motor oil. Fix that. Southern Community College, this should be mandatory that they fix that. They should write OIL on the board and be like, say that. I go, oh. I go, all right, we're going to take care of that. All right. There's a pretty good chance you're going to be working with a lot of that. I just had it where I said it. I was eating a pizza, and on the menu, it said it had extra virgin olive oil on it. So in my head, and I read it like this. I was like, well, I don't know if I want extra virgin olive oil. So I don't know if I want any of it, you know, much less, maybe I don't want, you know. So I go, when it was my turn, I was like, I think I'll take a regular amount of virgin olive oil. And no one really knew what to say to that. I mean, the only reason I know to make fun of it is because my friends go, did you say regular amount of virgin olive oil? I go, yeah, I don't know why they're forcing extra on us. I'm sorry. I don't know a lot about food, all right? First time I had raspberry, 40 years old. 40 years old, first time I had raspberry. I said it at the party. I was like, what is this? And they go, the bowl? That's That's how much they figured. Well, clearly he knows what raspberry is. It makes more sense for him not to know what a bowl is. I didn't see raspberries growing up. You know, I don't come from money, all right? I still swim with my eyes open. I love processed food, you know? I love it. I'm a farm factory table guy. And always have been, you know? DoorDash is what's going to kill me. I mean, I don't know who I think I am. I look at it at night like it's Tinder. Just scrolling through, seeing who's open. Just, hey, Hardee's. The audacity I have when I order it. I mean, I'm just laying there. I'm like, bring me a Blizzard now. I want it right now. Lay it quietly on my porch. Don't let anybody in this house know I'm doing this. It costs $3,000 for this Blizzard. Just go. All right, I'll pay it. I ordered it one night, so I like McDonald's, and so I got a #1 with no onions. And McDonald's, they do have a McFlurry, but they only let you do one size. I don't care for that. So I was going to get a Blizzard, and I double dashed it. So if you don't know, you can double dash it. And double dashing is when you just keep peppering the guy. You know, you're like, what else is open around you? You know, maybe go see if they got nerds in that gas station. So I ordered it, but for some reason, I thought it was going to be the same guy, but they put it in 2 different drivers, so they separated. Now I'm like watching the GPS, and I'm like, they're going to come at the same time. Like, it's like in my worst nightmare. So, I need one of them to get in a wreck. It happens. I mean, I see them both. They both make the turn at the same time. I'm mortified. The McDonald's comes in, drops it off. Dairy Queen has to let him back out. He was just in the cul-de-sac like I was having construction done in my house at 11 o'clock at night. He just, no, go ahead. So the next time I did this, I figured, you know what? I'll just order it from 2 separate drivers. And that way I'm in control of when they come. So I ordered McDonald's, and then Dairy Queen was close, ordered Sonic Blast. And then Sonic, the thing was like, do you want to make it a whole meal? And I was like, I guess if it's easier. You know, probably tax reasons and stuff, it's easier for Sonic. So ordered 2 full meals. McDonald's drops it off at my front door. Take a picture of my door. My front door, I couldn't have picked out of a lineup before DoorDash. Now I have 800 pictures of my front door. I get a picture of the Sonic. It's at a door I do not know. So I had a moment of just like, do I go find it? Do I go get it? And I did. I went, hunted it down. I walked in all the yards in my neighborhood. I was on every Ring doorbell, just like a raccoon, just looking for all this food. All right, we've got a great show for you tonight. Coldplay is here, so stick around. We will be right back. We took a trip to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, and her and our daughter are flying from Nashville, where we live, and I'm flying from Detroit. We're meeting at Fort Lauderdale's airport. I have to find them when they land. So I called her because I was about to take off, and I was like, all right, what time do you guys leave? She goes, noon. And it was 11:30, and they're still at home. I was like, Laura, I don't know if you even know what an airport is. But if that plane was in our driveway, I don't think you could make it. And she said, that's what time we leave for the airport. Our flight's not till 1:30. And I was like, all right. So what do you think I wanted to know when I asked that? Is that what you thought the best time you could give me was a time that means nothing to nobody? What time did you go to bed last night? Just tell me that. I'll just look up all the planes that land in Florida, and I'll guess which one I think you're on. She said, I'm sorry I don't talk the way you want me to talk. I'm like, I want you to talk like a regular person, all right? Like you've been around people before, you know? We didn't talk in Florida, I'll tell you that. She's good at not talking to me. She can go a long time. She could do her whole marriage career. Favorite ones was, this was forever ago. We're going to a friend's house, and it was a 4-flight walk-up. And so 4 flights, obviously I walk faster than Nick, and I used to wait for him, but we've just been friends too long. I can't. We're like an old married couple. I'm just gone. So I knew where we were going, and I knew that he did not. So I leave him, and I go into my buddy's apartment. I was like, Nick doesn't know where you live. So that's fun, you know, just see what happens. About 30 minutes go by. Nick finally comes into the apartment, and I asked him, I was like, where were you? He goes, I didn't know where to go. And I go, I know. So, like, I mean, you've been gone for a long time. You know, did you go back outside? He goes, I've been in someone else's apartment all this time. He went into someone's, he was just trying handles. And the door opened, he walked in, said, I'm with Nate, and went and sat on their couch. That's how far he made it. Think about where your couch is. That's how deep he made it into their place. And he's so confident, I mean, they had to be like, I don't know, maybe we know a Nate, you know? I just want to buy stuff and her not know I bought it. And that's so hard. I think if I knew the name of my bank, I could do it. But I gotta go through her to get that information. I poke around, I'm like, if I had a bank, what bank do you think I would go to? I also, once a week, walk into a bank, hello, is my money in this bank? I had a hard time in school. When I barely graduated, got into a community college, barely got into a college they have to let everybody in.